Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and the Google Pixel and Pixel XL have been out for a little over 6 months now, so I figured I'd go ahead and pop my SIM card back into my Pixel XL and revisit the device. And as always, I'm going to include some perspective from you guys that you gave to me on social media as well. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into my revisited review of the Google Pixel XL. So first off, there really hasn't been any price drops, which is pretty upsetting for either the Pixel or the Pixel XL. And speaking of buying the Pixel, you can't. I went on there today, and literally all of them are out of stock. Every single color is out of stock. Both storage options are out of stock as well. You can only buy the Pixel XL right now, which is ridiculous. It's been out for 6 months. And it's not like I'm walking around on the street, walking over to the beach, walking to the store, and seeing tons of people with the Google Pixel. I could probably count on one hand how many people I've seen out in public with a Google Pixel. For those of you that saw my favorite phones of 2016 video, you'd know that I chose the Google Pixel XL as my favorite device. Now, I first want to go ahead and talk about design of the phone. Of course, I have the really blue model, and I do want to point out just a small little paint chip right there on the back. And other than that, there's a couple other little specks going on around the top and the sides, and that seemed pretty consistent with other pictures I've seen of other Pixels used, so you'll see right there in the corner. So just a couple little specks of paint, especially you'll see right here on the speaker as well, but nothing too crazy in terms of things falling apart. Design and build quality has been pretty solid overall. I do want to make a mention that it is still a bummer that the Pixel XL does not have any water resistance features at all. And of course, I even said this from launch, how big these bezels are, especially that chin down at the bottom, especially in comparison to the flagships out now. Check out how much less bezels on the LG G6 or the Galaxy S8. It's just crazy how different it is now. And of course, 6 months of time have passed, so kind of keep that in mind. Of course, this, even though at launch, the Pixel XL still had large bezels in comparison to other flagships that were out. Of course, it's worth noting it does have a single firing speaker down at the bottom here, and it's really subpar. I'd say it's below average in terms of quality. Volume's okay as well. It's a little bit of a bummer, especially with all this space on the front. You kind of wish they just included front-facing stereo speakers. Still a little puzzled why they didn't. The Pixel's camera has definitely stood up to the test of time, and it is still one of the best ones out there. It just takes fantastic pictures. It's a great point and shoot. I do have to mimic or agree with what my man Kevin Nether had to say in terms of low light focusing when shooting video. Now, I don't take too much video with my cell phone. I usually bring around my video camera if I want to take a video, but when I do, it's nice and great lighting. Don't worry about that. But when you get into lower lighting, the focusing can struggle just a little bit. And it's also worth noting that there are, in the stock camera app, no pro mode or anything like that to change your ISO, aperture, any of that good stuff. So it's a little bit unfortunate that you do have a flagship device that does not have a pro mode when all other flagship devices have an option to edit all of those nice little features. Overall, for me, the speed really hasn't slowed down. It has been very fluid and smooth throughout using this device now that it is on Android 7.1.2, as you can see. And of course, it running stock Android, it will get the latest version of Android O as soon as it comes out. I will link to my preview video down below if you're interested. And of course, at launch, the Google Assistant was a Pixel exclusive, and I'm very happy that Google has branched out and decided to add it to other devices. So your device will most likely have the Google Assistant if you do run Android, and is no longer a Pixel exclusive. With some heavy usage while charging the device, whether I'm multitasking, maybe playing a more graphic intensive game, it does get a little warm. It doesn't overheat by any means, but this device can get a little warm in my hand. It's really no big deal, and I don't see it as a deal breaker whatsoever because performance has been so solid. And as I had mentioned in my full review previously, battery life is one of the best on the Pixel XL, and that still has not changed. You'll see 5 hours right here, 5 hours 21 minutes, 4.5 hours, 4 hours and 52 minutes. Very consistent, gets me through the day easily. One of the best battery lives on any phone I have used, the Pixel XL for sure. And in my opinion, if you can get past those huge bezels on the front, the overall subpar speaker down at the bottom, lack of water resistance, then I would say wait for the next price drop and jump on a Google Pixel XL. It is still one of the top phones out there. That camera is really great. You will not be disappointed when taking pictures with it as well. And overall performance is great. You get the latest version of Android as it comes out as well. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, click that subscribe button. More coverage to come on Pixels in the future, Android O once it comes out, so stay tuned for that. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching.